California embodies the American dream of self-determination. It's the birthplace of counterculture movements, Hollywood, and the Silicon Valley tech giants. If you have something to say and an affinity for free expression, you can find your voice here. Why then do Los Angeles Community College District campuses maintain free speech zones? Small partitioned areas for students to exercise their free speech rights. From the state that taught us to think different, as in outside of the box, its schools delineate small boxes on campuses to confine where students can express themselves. And they actually threaten to punish students for exercising basic constitutional rights outside of these areas. Students like Kevin Shaw.
My name is Kevin Shaw. I'm a second-year student at Pierce College, and I'm the chapter president of Young Americans for Liberty on campus.
In fall 2016, a Pierce College administrator told Kevin that he could only hand out copies of the Constitution in the school's free speech zone, and only with advance permission.
The day that I was out trying to recruit for my chapter for Young Americans for Liberty, the administrator stopped us and told us we both had to sign a free speech permit and go to the free speech zone, or else we'd be kicked off campus.
The free speech zone that Kevin was sent to is so tiny that if Pierce's campus were the size of a tennis court, the free speech zone would be the size of an iPhone.
We set up our table. We were just passing out constitutions, passing out information, talking to other students. We weren't obstructing traffic, we weren't being noisy. We weren't out there but an hour before the administrator came up and told us we'd have to stop.
So Pierce College is a public college, which means it's bound by the First Amendment. And the First Amendment is pretty clear that citizens have a right to speak out about the issues that they're passionate about, and they don't need a government permission slip to do so.
I was born under the impression that the entire country was a free speech zone, but apparently at my school it's a little rectangle the size of 3 parking spaces where I'm allowed to exercise my rights.
If Kevin can be stopped from handing out copies of the Constitution in a public area of Pierce's campus, students should be asking themselves, what can I hand out? Am I allowed to have a demonstration outside of the free speech zone? And the answer, according to the college's rules, is no, you can't.
We spoke with Kevin's friend and Yale member Adam Godina to get his thoughts.
My name is Adam Godina. I currently attend Pierce College, and my major is electronics. Kevin and I met in a philosophy of politics class, started talking there, and he discovered Yale and started the chapter. We both really enjoy a good political conversation, just a general debate about ideology, the free exchange of ideas between two intellectuals.
What you see at Pierce College is the classic example of exactly why free speech zones are a misnomer. Instead of starting with the assumption that the whole campus is open to speech, you're starting from the premise that it's closed to speech, with the exception of this teeny weeny little dot right there on the campus map.
A public college can put in place content-neutral rules about speech on campus that are narrowly tailored to making sure the campus functions properly. For example, they could make a rule that no one could block doors while expressing their First Amendment rights. But it's simply not reasonable to restrict all speech to a minuscule area of the grounds in order to keep the campus running properly. That's not necessary, it's just convenient for administrators.
College is meant to be exactly that time and place in life when students are engaging with their peers vociferously on the things that they're most passionate about. Public institutions need to support that mission by supporting their students' right to speak out on campus.
I really enjoy the philosophy field. It changes the thought process. You're more analytical on the entire situation as opposed to one specific side. It's nice to see both sides of any argument.
It's important to note that Pierce's free speech zone isn't an anomaly. In fact, FIRE's Spotlight on Speech Codes in 2017 found that about 1 in 10 college campuses maintain free speech zones.
The Los Angeles Community College District has 9 different campuses, and the college president at each campus is required to designate a free speech zone or zones. So we traveled to other schools in the LACCD district to look at their free speech areas. And nearby Los Angeles Valley College, the small free speech zone is located on an avoidable sidewalk between 2 red lines. Taking up a decent portion of the space are 2 concrete benches and a large trash can. At Southwest College, the free speech zone is marked by a sign south of the bookstore, though it's not labeled on the campus map. We guessed it's this area of darker sidewalk in front of the sign. However, you'd want to be sure of this before using the space, because on the school's website, they say that individuals that wander outside of the area will be referred to the sheriff's station. If you stand here, we think you're safe. But if you stand roughly here, from our best guess, you may be referred to the sheriff. Would you be willing to take that risk? So with FIRE's help, Kevin is challenging the Los Angeles Community College District and Pierce College's free speech policies in a First Amendment lawsuit.
I was put in touch with FIRE through Young Americans for Liberty, and they've been a marvelous help in telling me how to handle this situation professionally and keep a cool head.
Kevin's lawsuit has the potential to impact the free speech rights of over 100,000 students in the Los Angeles Community College District, which is the largest community college district in the country.
I'm hoping with this lawsuit that students who attend community college after me won't have to worry about having their political speech stifled.
I would love to see a change in the free speech policies at Pierce and other Los Angeles community colleges.
The rights of students on college campuses doesn't end with Los Angeles Community College District's free speech zones. Are you a college student? Do you want to learn more about your rights? Get in touch with the Foundation for Individual Rights in Education today by visiting thefire.org.